Have you ever found yourself listening and thinking you're doing a really good job of listening to your partner, only it not landing at all? Or is that just me?
Definitely not just you. We're Guy and Tania, or G&T as we're fondly known. We're doing a series on how you can create bridges instead of barriers in your relationship. And today we want to focus on how you can listen so your partner will actually talk.
And so, as ever, with us, stories are really important. And so this story, I'd been away on a business trip. I did a lot of traveling when the kids were young. And I'd come back from business trip. I think I'd been away for 3 or 4 days. I got in late at night and then took Tania a cup of tea in the morning, as I tend to do. And we chatted.
And I had been on my own for about a week or so, 4 small children, and I started to talk about the difficulties that I'd had, and I started to present some of the things that had gone wrong and some of the problems that I'd had.
The computer not working, the washing machine failing, the problems with the car. And so in my helpful way, I fixed each one as we went through and said, okay, right, with the computer, this is what we'll do. With the washing machine, this is what we'll do, and da-da-da-da-da. And went through, and there must have been 6 or 8 things. And we got to, 6 or 8, at which point Tania got out of bed, went out and slammed the door behind her. At which point I thought, well, that lot of gratitude that is. You know, I've dealt with all the issues and you storm off. What's that all about? And then I suddenly thought, she didn't want fixing. She wanted to be listened to and understood. And that was my big mistake.
And it sounds like it should have been so helpful. I was presenting him with all these problems and he was fixing them all, and with each one that he fixed I got more and more annoyed, and it was almost like inside there were other things that I wanted to share and I didn't even know what they were, but all I knew was every time he fixed something it shut something in me down and I couldn't get to these deeper feelings I really wanted to share.
And so that's the big learning for me, is that very often Tania doesn't want solutions. She wants to be listened to and to be really heard and understood. And it's when I reflect back what she says or the feelings that it causes her to open up even more. And that's the really key that we want you to take away.
And I think what I needed to hear in that situation when I started to present all my problems is I just needed to hear, sounds like you've had a really tough time while I've been away. And if he'd said that, that could have given me access to some of the deeper stuff that was going on. Yes, I had felt out of my depth. I had felt on my own. I'd felt I was struggling. And I could have got to some of those deeper feelings if he had reflected back what was behind what I was saying, rather than just focus on what I actually said.
So that's the key. Listen to understand, and then your partner will talk even more. So that's the takeaway from this session.
In how to build bridges and
not barriers. See you next time.